Dear friends, prepare yourselves for an extraordinary journey through mystery and prophecy. What you are about to read could forever change your perception of the world. The first of the 10 secrets of Medjugorje has finally come true, and the implications are nothing short of astonishing. But there's more. This revelation had already been anticipated centuries ago by the famous seer Nostradamus. Are you ready to discover the truth? Since 1981, the small village of Medjugorje in Bosnia and Herzegovina has been the focus of global attention due to the Marian apparitions to 6 local seers. The Madonna allegedly entrusted them with 10 secrets concerning the future of humanity. For decades, these secrets remained shrouded in mystery, but today, dear readers, we can finally confirm that the first of them has manifested before our eyes. Before we delve into the details of this extraordinary revelation, let us take a moment to reflect on the gravity of what we are about to discuss. Let us join in a brief prayer. Holy Virgin, Mother of God and our Mother, we thank you for your continuous presence and guidance. Illuminate our minds and open our hearts so that we may understand and embrace your messages. Help us discern the truth and live according to the will of your Son. Amen. Now that we have invoked divine protection, we can proceed with our analysis. The first secret of Medjugorje, according to what the seers have revealed, concerns a warning for humanity. An event that would have shaken the foundations of our society and forced us to reconsider our priorities. And today, dear friends, we can state with certainty that this event has occurred in the form of the recent global pandemic. The pandemic has shaken the entire world, bringing economies to their knees, separating families, and forcing us into unprecedented isolation. But it is not just the scale of our collective consciousness. It has made us reflect on the fragility of life, the importance of solidarity, and the need for a return to spiritual values. But how does all this connect to Nostradamus? The famous 16th century French astrologer and seer had predicted a similar event in his enigmatic quatrains. In one of his most discussed prophecies, Nostradamus spoke of a great plague in the maritime city that would have global repercussions. Many scholars believe this description perfectly matches the pandemic we have experienced. It is important to emphasize that we are not talking about mere coincidences. The convergence between the prophecies of Medjugorje and the predictions of Nostradamus suggests a larger design, a divine plan unfolding before our eyes. We are called to be witnesses and interpreters of these signs. But what does all this mean for us, men and women of our generation? How can we interpret these events in light of our faith and life experience? First and foremost, we must acknowledge that we live in an era of great transformation. The certainties on which we have built our lives are wavering, and we are called to a deep reflection on our role in the world. The pandemic, seen as the first secret of Medjugorje, invites us to reconsider our priorities and rediscover the importance of spirituality in our daily lives. We cannot ignore the fact that many of us, over the years, have drifted away from faith or relegated it to a marginal role. This event reminds us that the spiritual dimension is fundamental to facing life's challenges. Prayer, meditation, and religious practice are not mere rituals but powerful tools for navigating through difficult times. Moreover, the fulfillment of this prophecy places us before a great responsibility. We are called to be messengers of hope and faith in a world that seems to have lost its compass. Our generation, with its wisdom and experience, has the task of guiding the younger ones towards a deeper understanding of life and its mysteries. But let's delve further into the significance of these events. The pandemic, seen through the lens of prophecies, takes on a deeper meaning. It is not just a health crisis but a call to humanity as a whole. It is an invitation to reflect on our lifestyle, our relationship with nature, and with the divine. Many of us remember a time when life seemed simpler, more connected to natural rhythms and traditions. The pandemic has forced us to slow down, rediscover the value of time spent with family, and appreciate the little things. Isn't this a powerful message? An invitation to return to a more authentic lifestyle in harmony with creation? The apparitions of Medjugorje have always emphasized the importance of prayer, fasting, and the conversion of the heart. These messages now take on new meaning in light of recent events. Fasting, for example, is not just a religious practice but a way to purify the body and mind, to regain balance in a world of excess. The conversion of the heart, on the other hand, is an invitation to a profound change in our way of thinking and acting. In an era characterized by individualism and consumerism, we are called to rediscover the values of solidarity, compassion, and sharing. The pandemic has shown us how interconnected we are, how the actions of each one can influence the well-being of all. But let's return to Nostradamus. His prophecies, often criticized for their ambiguity, take on new light when compared with current events. Nostradamus spoke of a great plague that would hit a maritime city. We can't help but think of how the pandemic spread rapidly through major urban centers, often port cities and international exchange hubs. Moreover, Nostradamus had predicted that this event would lead to great social and political changes. And isn't that what we are experiencing? The pandemic has accelerated digitization processes, questioned established economic models, and redrawn geopolitical balances. We are witnessing a real global revolution, just as the French seer had anticipated centuries ago. But let us not stop here. The fulfillment of the first secret of Medjugorje prompts us to ask, what does the future hold? What other prophetic events might manifest in the coming years? It is our duty to remain vigilant and prepared. The seers of Medjugorje have spoken of 9 other secrets, some of which would concern even more extraordinary and impactful events. Without falling into unnecessary alarmism, we must be aware that we may face even greater challenges. But let us remember that every trial is also an opportunity for growth and spiritual renewal. In this context, the role of our generation becomes crucial. We, who have lived through times of great change, from the Cold War to the digital revolution, have a unique perspective on history and the future. We have the duty to pass on this wisdom to younger generations, to be a bridge between the past and the future. How can we do this concretely? First, by rediscovering and valuing the spiritual traditions we have inherited. Faith is not a relic of the past but a living source of strength and hope. Let us share with our children and grandchildren the practices of prayer, rites, and celebrations that have given meaning to our lives. Second, we must be witnesses of hope. In a world often dominated by negative news and widespread pessimism, we have the task of showing that a better future is possible. Our faith in prophecies should not translate into fear or fatalism but into active commitment to building a more just and supportive world. Finally, we must be open to the signs of the times. Prophecies are not a closed book but a key to reading the reality around us. Let us observe events carefully, try to discern the profound meaning of what happens around us. Only then can we be truly prepared for what the future holds. Let us remember that the Madonna of Medjugorje has always insisted on the importance of prayer and the conversion of the heart. These messages now take on even deeper meaning. They are not just religious practices but a true lifestyle that can help us face future challenges. Prayer, in particular, becomes a fundamental tool in these uncertain times. It is not just about reciting formulas but about opening the heart to deep communication with the divine. Through prayer, we can find the strength and serenity needed to face the trials that await us. Dear friends, I invite you to deeply reflect on what we have discussed. Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. If this message has touched your heart, I urge you to write Amen as a sign of sharing and faith. Remember, knowledge is power, but shared knowledge is even more powerful. If you want to stay updated on these important revelations and delve into these themes together, I warmly invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You will find the link in the description below. Together, we can form a community of truth seekers and witnesses of these extraordinary times. Before concluding, I would like to share a personal reflection. In many years of studying and researching prophetic phenomena, I have never witnessed such a surprising convergence of events as the one we are experiencing today. The fulfillment of the first secret of Medjugorje, in line with Nostradamus' predictions, is a clear sign that we are living in a crucial era of human history. This awareness carries a great responsibility. We can no longer live as if nothing is happening around us. We are called to be active witnesses, to live with greater awareness, and to prepare ourselves spiritually for what is to come. But how can we prepare concretely? First, by cultivating a rich and deep inner life. Meditation, reading sacred texts, and active participation in the life of the religious community are all valuable tools to strengthen our faith and spiritual resilience. Second, we must be ready to question our habits and lifestyle. The pandemic has shown us how vulnerable we can be, but also how creative and adaptable we can be. Perhaps it is time to rethink our relationship with work, consumption, and technology. Can we build a more sustainable model of life, more in harmony with the prophetic messages we have received? Finally, let us not forget the importance of community. In an era of increasing isolation and social fragmentation, we are called to rebuild authentic bonds, support the weakest, and show solidarity with those who suffer. This is perhaps the greatest challenge, but also the most important. Let us not be overwhelmed by fear or skepticism. Instead, let us embrace these events as an opportunity for spiritual growth and to strengthen our faith. Let us remember that the history of humanity is punctuated by moments of crisis and rebirth. Today, more than ever, we are called to be active protagonists in this process of transformation. As we come to the conclusion of this reflection, I invite you to keep your hearts and minds open. Prophecies are not meant to instill fear but to prepare and guide us. Let us use this knowledge to improve our lives and those of those around us. I would like to leave you with a thought of hope and encouragement. Despite the challenges we may face, let us always remember that we are not alone on this journey. Faith, love, and solidarity are our most powerful weapons against any adversity. Thank you for sharing this moment of reflection. Let us continue to watch, pray, and support each other in these extraordinary times. And remember, the truth is out there, waiting to be discovered. Stay tuned for further updates and revelations. May peace and blessings be with you all.